Yes, 1, 2.
Hey, how you sounding? How's your...
My headphones are good.
Good. All right. Well, we are rolling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, shoot, see if I can remember how to do this. One sec.
Yeah, that's how we do that.
Yeah.
Oh, did we start?
Yeah. That.
Okay. We got to do it again.
Do you want me to? Okay, we'll do it again. Ready? Here we go.
All right. Welcome to My Dad's Movie Podcast. I'm Mick Johnson. I'm the dad. And back by popular demand, we have my son Tabor.
Hi, it is good to be back. I don't think the demand was popular.
It was
enough.
my demand.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been recovering from a hospital procedure for 2 months, but I am back and I'm excited to be on the podcast again. So
Yeah. I've had to do everything myself and I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I can start listening to them again. I don't listen to ones that I'm not on.
Oh, I see.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've canceled my Patreon account with you.
Yeah. All right.
Also, tonight we have an awesome special guest. We have Bryn McDaniel.
Hi.
Yay.
Yep, that's me. I'm Bryn.
Nice to have you here. I'm glad you were able to join us, and it's always good to see you. So
yeah. Good to see you too.
Yeah.
So give us a little synopsis about you, Bryn. Why do we know you? Why are you here? Why are we talking to you right now?
Okay. So I worked with Tabor before. I think the last full project that I did with him was FUBAR, and that was a lot of fun. Right now, I'm not doing a whole lot of film. I'm mostly doing student teaching, so I'm about to graduate college. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, I'm still watching movies, at least, involved in that sense. But yeah, so mostly acting is how I function in the film community. But yeah.
Okay. So besides working with Rat's Nest Productions, which is Tabor's production company, have you been working with some other production companies or on some other things?
I think I did a couple things in the summer, but it was a very small cameo, so I really don't remember the names of the production companies. The last thing I do really remember doing was Pinky Promise almost a year ago, which was Female Film Slayers. So that was that team. That was a good time.
We saw that at the festival that Bigfoot Falls showed at.
I think
didn't
that win
Falls.
stuff? I think that won some stuff.
Oh yeah, you that one won quite a few awards. I think right?
So. Yeah. Do
you remember what Pinky Promise won?
I think there was Best Ensemble. I wonder. I think Raimi won an award, maybe Best Actress. I can't remember how old she is, so I don't know if she won Best Child Actress or Best Actress, but I think she won something like that. Yeah, a couple things, but those are the only two I remember.
Okay.
That's cool. So doing a little acting, doing a little school, and student teaching. Right on. So you want to be a teacher?
Yes, yeah.
So you are crazy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's official?
Yes, yeah.
I used to do substitute teaching, but I haven't done that in quite a while.
Right. So. Yeah. I think I remember you telling me that on something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I worked with Bryn on a couple, I don't want to say commercials, but they were like informational videos and stuff like that were for like a financial firm.
Oh, yeah. Bryn was saying you guys did some school stuff or something.
Yeah, we did one that was for, I can't remember what the foundation is, but they teach people financial preparedness and how to be responsible with your money.
Yeah, I think I remember you talking about that one.
And we did a little piggy project where you dressed up as the piggy in the costume, and that was a lot of fun. I really liked that one.
Do we have some pictures of that we can put on the?
Oh, I hope not.
I'm sure we could.
We're going to need to dig that up.
Yeah, I'm sure that I got something because I do know for sure that I have the full video.
Oh yeah,
still on my computer, And it's really funny is that I was trying to clear up space and I was like, maybe it's time to delete Piggy. And then I was like,
no. We'll just get another hard drive and we'll transfer it.
Maybe we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did another little financial video where it was like 7 or 8 financial gurus, and it was talking about how to be responsible financially, but in different aspects of your life. And you played like a gardener, and it was like being financially responsible with the environment that we live in and stuff like that. And so it was that was a fun project too. It was a long one. I got a sunburn, and I had Nicholas and Alec helping me with that one.
They?
Oh, wait. Maybe it was both of them. I know they helped with...
Nobody's going to fact check this, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't fact check anything around here, but that's okay. But anyway, they were fun projects, and it was great to work with Bryn. And I can call her anytime, and she'll be like, yep, I'm in. Let's do it.
Right on.
Which is really cool.
That's nice. So tonight's episode, I forgot to mention, is actually sponsored by Grape Crush.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So have a Grape Crush. Drink Grape Crush.
It's really funny is Fallon was telling me about a guy who makes TikTok videos about Bush's baked beans, and they've just blown up in popularity. And Bush's baked beans will send him merch and swag and all sorts of stuff, and just keep sending him stuff. But to this day, he's still not sponsored by them.
I keep picturing, if I keep saying it enough on the episodes, if I keep saying that we're being sponsored, which we're not really being sponsored by Grape Crush, but if I keep talking about it, I picture there's going to be some executive somewhere that works for Grape Crush or whatever that company is. And they're going to be like, ooh, I heard your podcast and I really like this. And boom, we're in.
Yeah, we
exactly.
got it.
Yeah.
That was weak.
I know it doesn't make the same sound as the cans do, but I just opened up a glass bottle of Grape Crush, which is we never have glass bottles here, so this is incredible.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to be talking about Ari Aster. Ari Aster.
I say Ari Aster, but I just imagine Ari is probably said just as often.
Right on. And 2 of his movies, Midsommar and Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
love these
movies. These were Bryn's idea. So she said to do it. So let's do it.
Let's do it. I guess let's talk about the experiences you had. Yeah. Like what brought you to these movies. Let's start with Midsommar because that's the one that came out first, obviously. How did you find this movie?
So I saw the poster and I, didn't take too much from it. It was just, I think it's Florence Pugh just screaming off to the side with her flower cap.
Oh, and did I say Midsommar?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So
I think Hereditary came first.
Hereditary came out first. I misspoke.
You're so good. I watched Midsommar first.
Yeah. So we will talk about Midsommar first, but it did not come out first. So that was my mistake. My bad. Anyway, continue.
No, yeah. I didn't anticipate what it was going to be just by the looks of the poster, but one of my friends back in high school, he was just like, oh, this movie's, it's a real trip. So we should watch it. So we watched it and oh my goodness, it was, just a really great introduction to Ari Aster's style. I think it really lends itself well to folk horror and just how bleak and cultish that genre can be. So I was very uncomfortable and fell very in love with it on day one.
Uncomfortable is a very good way of explaining this movie. It does make you uncomfortable.
Oh my goodness.
Did you go seeking out Wicker Man afterwards or?
I can't remember when I'd seen Wicker Man. I didn't know. I didn't make the connection until after I'd seen the movie. And then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, no, I've only seen the old Wicker Man with the young, I think 60-year-old Christopher Lee.
young 60-year-old Christopher Lee.
I've never seen him in anything else with not gray hair. So that's.
Well, I guess if you live to be 120, I guess 60 is considered young. So
Sure.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty great. I
It's
haven't.
like Christopher Lloyd. He's
Yeah,
always been old.
I
Yeah,
know. No
right,
kidding.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
I have not seen any of the Wicker Man movies. Not seen any of the Wicker Men. But I am familiar with the Nicolas Cage freakout compilation, and a lot of those freakouts come from
Do they?
the remake of the Wicker Man. So like him screaming, "Not the bees!" That's what that's from.
Oh yeah, that's on my watch list. I have to get to get to that one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So,
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. It is a very uncomfortable movie. You just kind of, and I think that's a good descriptor of both of these movies, is that they make you feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You watched Hereditary, right?
I did. I have not watched Midsommar yet, but I watched Hereditary last night.
Yeah. It's rough, huh?
Actually, we were talking before you got here and pressed the record button. And, when Alec was talking about it and other people I've heard talk about it, it's like, this is, really scary to me, or this is, really made me feel uneasy. I didn't feel that way. I watched the whole thing and I really enjoyed it. And I did not feel like it was scary to me. So, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, how did you feel emotional wise? Because you're right. There's plenty of scarier movies out there, but it's a heavy movie.
Yeah.
Like with the subject matter and everything that it's talking about, it's very heavy. And
yeah,
so that's kind of how both of these movies make you feel. Is just this uncomfortable, like it's almost like you're feeling the grief of all the characters while you're watching this movie, because Midsommar deals a lot about grief as well.
Yeah. So before we get into the movies, let's talk about Ari Aster first.
Let's do it.
I actually didn't find a ton of information about him. Like I always look up the parents. So he was born July 15th, 1986 in New York City. His parents, his mother's Bobby Lurie. She was a poet and visual artist. But then I could not find any information on his father other than he was a jazz musician. You guys know anything?
About jazz?
No. The father.
Okay.
Who his dad is.
No, I don't know much about Ari Aster. And that's the thing, is that he's a young director. And we've been talking about a lot about young directors lately.
Yeah.
And so
there's not as much information out there.
You have to do 30, 40 years of interviews and press junkets for people to gather this information on you, because Steven Spielberg didn't sit down and write his Wikipedia article.
Right.
It was just years of interviews, and, maybe he wrote a book one time, and just people just gather this information on you, and it eventually, fills out your Wikipedia page.
So, Bryn, you had brought up his style. What's his style? What do you see?
I think, bleak is another good word for it. I think, I rewatched Hereditary yesterday just to kind of.
So we watched it at the same time.
Nice. Yeah. But there's one scene where she's, building her miniatures, and she's recreating do you guys do a lot of spoilers on the podcast?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Spoilers are fine.
Yeah. She's recreating the scene where her daughter's head gets, that whole thing.
Right.
And the dad comes in and he's like, oh my goodness, what if Peter sees this? And she's like, what? It's a totally neutral view of the accident. And I feel like it is very neutral. Like he just very bare bonesy cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of have to look at it, and there's no like fast shots or any intensity to kind of make you to sort of validate your feelings. It's just you're looking at it.
Right.
It's almost like a documentary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That you're not watching a movie. You're watching a documentary. You're watching this family's life unfold. And that's kind of how it feels during the dinner scene, is that you feel like you just went to the kitchen and grabbed another plate of food, and you walked back in to join them and just walked in on this huge fight. And you're like, oh my gosh, I did not know what was going on. I'm going to adjust my mic real quick and bring it up because I'm hunching over.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, that feels so much more comfortable. I forgot how to do this. It's been so long. I forgot how to do it. But yes. So,
one thing I noticed was, I've only seen the one movie so far, but in that movie, and maybe you guys can talk about the other one. I noticed that it seemed like he, a lot of times, would frame whatever we're looking at. He would frame it inside something like a doorway or a window or the little miniature thing that they were making. It's like that's where the picture was taking place, is inside this little space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of that opening scene where you're looking at the model?
And we're going into it.
It pushes in and it turns into the real bedroom.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Speaking of the cinematography and, talking about Midsommar, I think there's one moment in the movie that kind of breaks the rules of the documentary, where you're like, oh, we are watching a movie, but it also kind of still lends to the uncomfortable feeling that we had just got done feeling in, the apartment scene in the winter, and then moving over to the summer scene with the Harga people. But it's the scene where they're driving and the camera flips over.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then you're watching the car drive upside down. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, and it kind of disorients you, which I guess is kind of a technique that's used with the actors, with the cinematography. The whole thing is supposed to disorient you, which is kind of like what cults do. And that's what this movie is about, a cult in, Sweden, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
which movie are we talking about?
Talking about Midsommar right now.
Okay.
And they disorient you and, kind of take you off your feet, and then they're able to, bend you to their will and get you to do what they want you to do. And
so that camera work that you're talking about, where it flipped over, they do the same thing in Hereditary then, because they have a shot where I think the mom is walking or running through a hallway or something's taking place, but we're looking at her from the top view, and then all of a sudden it flips around, type of thing.
Oh, I'm trying to remember that.
Yeah. Do you know what's happening during that part?
I can't.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I didn't even make a note of it.
I think
she's walking.
Yeah. I think what I'm thinking of is the scene where he's in the attic and he's like, no, mommy, no. And she's underneath slamming her head against the attic door.
The door, yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite moments in that movie. It's really good. Yeah. So the cinematography is disorienting. There's a lot of spinning around in Midsommar, and it kind of makes you dizzy. And I imagine that's how the characters in the movie are feeling, because there's a lot of drug use, and they're drinking like this lemonade that's like made from psilocybin mushrooms, and so there's a lot of people going on mushroom trips the entire time they're here,
right?
And that's kind of what makes them susceptible to the manipulation. And but the filmmaking is doing the same thing. The cinematography, the costume design, it is like dropping mushrooms in your tea and making you feel disoriented and you don't know where you're at.
Right.
So it's such an incredible job. And I was reading something, there was a interview with Toni Collette, who was in Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she was mentioning that she was really impressed with Ari Aster because he came to her and asked her to be in the movie. And she said that he already had the movie shot and edited in his head. So he already knew exactly how everything was. And she's like, he was the most prepared director I have ever worked with.
That's kind of cool.
So he would transfer that over to Midsommar, and just everything is so meticulous. There's moments in the movie that, if you're paying attention, spoil the entire movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's the opening scene is a big giant mural that's, hand painted, and it's showing the Harga and their, festival and all their traditions and stuff like that. But if you're paying attention to the mural, the entire movie's spoiled from start to finish with that mural.
So the mural's like a layout of the movie.
Exactly.
Huh.
And you don't know that until the end of the movie. Actually, let me rephrase that. You don't know that until you rewatch it. Because you see the mural at the beginning and you're like, oh, that's pretty. And then you watch the movie and you're just blown away by what happens in this movie that you don't even remember the mural at the beginning. But then you rewatch the movie and you're like,
as soon as you see the mural the second time, you realize,
you're like, oh, wow, look at that. And there's so many, ancient runes that are painted and etched into stone and stuff like that. And everyone's costumes all had runes stitched into the costumes. And Christian had a particular, the character of Christian had a particular set of runes that were etched into his clothing.
Jack Rayner.
Yeah. Okay. That symbolized sacrifice.
Oh. Which,
after you watch the movie, you realize, oh, he's the one that sacrificed at the end. So,
or when they bring in, so I think it's is it Pele? Is that his name?
Yeah, Pele.
Yeah, when he brings in the guests that he's brought, and then his oh shoot, I can't remember the other guy's name, but he brings in his guests, and he's like, yeah, we were actually dating, but now these two are engaged, and so just figured I'd bring them along.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of with murals, there's definitely that element of prophecy, and this is exactly what's going to happen, or the pictures on the wall, it's just helpless, this is going to happen.
I don't know why, but one of my favorite parts of Midsommar is when they're walking past the bear. They have a bear in a cage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the characters goes, "What's up with the bear?" And then the Harga guy that's their friend, he's like, "It's a bear." And then they just walk off. There's like no explanation for it whatsoever.
Right.
It's just such a bizarre moment.
Something that's there.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of funny moments or humor in Ari Aster movies. So when you do get them, it is.
Let me see those. Thank you.
My dad just took the bottle caps away from me.
Now go to your room.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very, I don't know why, but that kind of reminds me of like the first episode of Twin Peaks when I think it's the first episode when Cooper's just pointing at the lady with the log, and he's like, "Who's that lady with the log?" And then I think it's the sheriff is like, "Oh, we call her Log Lady." And it's but there is some kind of Lynchian aspect to Ari Aster's movies where it's just it's not normalized for the characters, but it just how documentarian it kind of is. It's sort of normalized for the audience, like the just charred bodies or bodies being completely torn apart. This is what's happening.
And I guess that kind of comes from how the characters are an extension of us. So we would be seeing this thing and be freaking out, but everyone else around them.
Exactly.
It's just, it's just Tuesday.
That's very David Lynch.
Yeah. I started watching Twin Peaks. I didn't finish it.
Me neither.
But I started watching it, and it's such a goofy, weird show. And David Lynch would be a great director to talk about.
Is Twin Peaks, is that like a series?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we actually, I got a cease and desist order, so we can't talk about Twin Peaks on this podcast. So.
Oh, really? Okay,
sorry.
Cool. Yeah, you're right. There is kind of like that David Lynch aspect to it. I can't remember any humorous moments in Hereditary.
No.
Yeah.
That's because there weren't any.
Yeah, there's not a lot to laugh about.
The whole thing is extremely sad and traumatizing.
I guess, maybe the The naked guy in the corner. That's kind of funny.
Oh my gosh.
Just that grin he has on his face. It's such a weird.
The funeral.
Yeah.
And
You see him at the funeral and then you see him again.
Yeah.
So were both movies, were they both about cults?
I think so. The other one was kind of cult.
Cult coven, something of the like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're very similar in, in more ways than one. They're about cults. They're about grief and loss.
Mm-hmm.
One just takes place during the day.
The other one's at night.
Yeah.
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 Huh. Wonder what Ari Aster has going on.
Yeah.
Cults.
So it's really funny is I was watching the dead meat kill count for these movies. I don't know if you're familiar with dead meat.
Is.
So he's a guy who watches horror movies and he counts up the bodies in the movies. But he also does a lot of behind the scenes stuff where he takes you, behind the movie and explains how things are done. And
right.
He was talking about the cinematography for Midsommar, where they're doing like this dance circle and they have an inner circle and then they have a dolly track that makes a circle behind them.
Okay.
And then they have another circle of dancers behind the camera. So the inside circle is moving one way and the camera is moving the same way. And then the outside circle is moving the opposite direction. So it's just this disorienting spinning and you're behind Danny as she's dancing. And so that's who the camera is following. So the camera has got to go on the dolly and follow her all the way around while the other dance circle is moving the other way. And it's just incredible to see. It's incredible to watch it in the movie, but then you see the behind the scenes and you're like, that is absolutely incredible.
Right.
But anyway, I was talking about Dead Meat and he was talking about how Ari Aster wrote Midsommar as like a way for him to deal with his grief about a breakup. And so it's kind of like a breakup story. And he said that killing Christian at the end of the movie was cathartic to him because it was like he got to get back at his girlfriend and he got to kill his girlfriend. And he's like, as unhealthy as that is,
right.
And it's morally ambiguous, but he's like, I needed it and stuff like that. And
right.
So anyway, Christian dies at the end.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Just kidding. So what about Ari Aster? What else we got? What else do we know about him?
My goodness.
He lived in England, briefly lived in England where his father opened a jazz nightclub.
I'm sure jazz does well there.
Yeah, jazz is good there in England. He describes himself as a fat kid with a stutter, kind of a.
All right.
If you see pictures, if you see pictures of him, you'd be like, "What are you talking about, man?" There's no. I mean, he's a beanpole, skinny looking guy.
Oh, how funny!
Yeah, he must have lost all the weight he's talking about.
Felt alienated as a child.
Yeah, and you see that in those movies. There's the alienation. I mean, it's really weird. Is in Hereditary, these people hardly seem like a family.
Right.
They all feel like three different people living in the same house, and they're just kind of crossing and sometimes brushing shoulders with each other, but they hardly feel like a family.
Right.
Which they even feel that way at the beginning of the movie before Charlie passes away.
No, yeah, you never see like a good moment or any kind of there. I'm trying to think if there are, I mean, just thinking about Midsommar and Hereditary, I don't know if there are any flashbacks. I mean, aside from like, seeing ghosts behind them or in front of them. But aside from that, you don't really get to see the good moments with Danny and Christian or the good moments with the I don't know their last names, the Lees in Hereditary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you don't see it. And it's almost like for Hereditary that the grief started before the movie even began. And it kind of feels like that it is just the remaining pressure and just the grandma kind of just tore at them.
I don't think, as far as Hereditary goes, as far as like the family dynamic, I don't think there was ever a good family dynamic ever, like the grandmother who passes away. Sounds like there's some mental health issues there. It sounds like Toni Collette's character Annie, there's some mental health issues. And then if you're growing up in a house where we find out, the mom is obsessed with this cult and bringing back a dead god or something,
A demon.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, where do you interject a good childhood into that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it started with the brother. Toni Collette's brother was the first one that they put.
Right.
And I think that's an incredible thing about this movie is that you don't really know that it is a demon for sure until towards the end of the movie.
Right, when you start putting it together.
You kind of feel like it is mental health and that it is really these people just, receiving this hereditary mental disorder.
Right.
And then you kind of are given the answer at the end and you're like, okay, cool. It really was. I don't know. There's just kind of something satisfying about, okay, good. It was a demon. I was afraid that these people were all just crazy.
Yeah.
No, they are totally normal. That is the moral of the story.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's talking about how her brother was a schizophrenic and he kept saying, she's trying to put people in me and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, the brother's crazy.
Right.
And then you find out, no, that the mom was literally doing rituals and, cult stuff and trying to put people in the brother.
Yeah.
So, and, it's really weird how none of this would have happened if the demon had actually taken a hold of the brother instead of, but it makes me wonder why the demon was able to go into Charlie and there was no fight. And the demon went into Peter. There was no fight. I wonder why the brother was able to fight it off as long as he did. And then, he eventually killed himself so that he wouldn't have to deal with, with the demon. I wonder why he was still, inside and cognizant and able to recognize what was going on.
Right.
And the others are, completely. Yeah.
It's hard to know, maybe they hadn't perfected taking a demon and sticking them in somebody's body, maybe that takes some time.
Yeah.
And you got to figure it out. And so
she didn't say the ritual properly.
Right. Who knows?
Have you seen Army of Darkness?
Yes.
Kalaktu, Barada.
But also kind of because these endings are incredibly miserable. Talking about kind of how you mentioned that it's Midsommar's kind of a breakup movie, and do you guys find the endings cathartic at all in any, like when you watched them? Because she's effectively entirely brainwashed by the end of the movie, and in Midsommar, Hereditary sucks. The ending. It's not a bad movie, but it sucks. It feels sucky.
Right.
Not a bad movie.
So.
Right. And I agree. I didn't like the ending that much.
I didn't the first time I watched it.
Same. The first time I watched it, I had a really hard time reconciling the ending.
The second time I watched it, I was like, okay, I get it. Mm-hmm. It's still crappy. It's still, it's a crappy ending, but not a crappy ending.
Mm-hmm.
You know
exactly.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
It's crappy what happened to Peter, but now I get the ending, and I'm more satisfied with the ending now than I was the first time I watched it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
As for Midsommar, I don't know. Every time I watch it, I bounce back and forth. There's been a time where I watched the movie and I was like, good for her.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's times where I watch the movie and I'm just like, oh man, even though she's happy right now, she totally got shafted just like everybody else did.
Uh-huh.
And, it's and I was watching that Dead Meat video and he said that Ari Aster designed the movie to where it was impossible to fully tell who was in the right, who was in the wrong, who was the good guy, who was the bad guy. And he wanted everyone to walk away with a different opinion.
And I think
on the movie.
Yeah, I think that's another aspect to his style. Have you I think it was a short he made back in film school. It was like Something Strange About the Johnsons or something.
I've heard about
You've
it.
heard about it. Okay. So I'll spare details, but
Didn't that movie get remade into Beau is Afraid, or am I misunderstanding?
I
that?
think Beau is Afraid is a little different. So Something About the Johnsons is about a son who is in a relationship with his father, and it starts off when he's very young, but as the film progresses, it's frames it more that the son is abusing the dad, especially as the son gets older. Like, he's the one forcing him into this relationship, which is, in any sense of the word, if you were dealing with this in real life, it would never be the child's fault, ever. But his movies, especially with Midsommar, I think, they really do a good job of making you empathize with the people, like the cult, and like Danny when she, drinks the Kool-Aid pretty much.
Yeah.
And so I think that's another, like, just that empathy aspect.
She sews up her boyfriend into a bear, throws him into a burning building, and you still kind of feel bad for her. And, but a lot of it is still the lingering of how we got here,
Sure.
because you see her being in this abusive relationship for the entire movie. So do you feel bad for her in this moment, based off what's going on in this moment? Or do you feel bad for her based off of the history that we have built up along the way? So it's kind of like, why are you feeling bad for her? Pick one.
Yeah. And I think too, with film, you have to suspend some, like, if somebody actually lit their boyfriend on fire, like, yeah, even if he was kind of an asshole, that's not cool.
There's no excuse for that.
It's not
I
cool.
feel like it's not that cool, but maybe in movies it's okay. So
Sure.
maybe that's what I'm.
So is this where the bear comes back around? Is that why he was in the cage?
Yeah.
Because
They cut the bear open, hollow it out. And this time around, I was watching it, and it was so funny is that there's this older Harga guy, and he's cutting open the bear, and he's got like 4 little 10-year-old, 11-year-old boys standing there watching. And he's explaining to them how you cut open the bear and how you protect the skin. And I was like, that's kind of adorable. Like, look at these little cultists learning.
right.
I thought it was kind of cute. They're like Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they stuff Christian into the bear and sew him up inside. And it didn't have to be him. They needed 9 people to be sacrificed in the fire, and the last one was dealer's choice.
Mm-hmm.
So they asked Danny, we can put Christian in the bear.
So Christian is Danny's boyfriend?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So why are they there to begin with? Sorry, I haven't seen it. So explain a little bit about why are they at a retreat?
So what it is they are anthropology students.
Okay.
And one of the Harga, he's like a 20-year-old Harga member. And when they reach a certain age, they are sent out into the world to bring other people to the cult.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So one of the guys is sent to wherever Danny and Christian live, and he starts taking anthropology classes, but the whole thing is to bring people to the cult.
I gotcha.
And so one of the guys is an anthropology student who's studying the Harga specifically. And the others are just kind of bums that are undecided and they don't know what. And Christian is the same way. He doesn't quite know what he's going to write his thesis on.
Mm-hmm.
But what's his name? Pele?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Pele invites them all to go to the festival and stuff like that. And so one of the guys, Chidi from The Good Place, Chidi goes to write his essay on.
Is he really in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He goes to write, and oh man, you hate him.
Yeah.
I don't. I was like, dude, Chidi, you are breaking my heart here, man. You're not a cool guy. And then one of the guys goes to party and do drugs, and that's the only reason he's going. But basically, it's just supposed to be like a college trip. All these college friends are going together for various reasons why they want to be there. And they just think it's going to be a party and maybe a little bit of work, and then they
Right.
get caught up in this cult.
So I didn't know Chidi was in it. There's two people in it that I thought, this is probably the only reason, like I was telling you earlier, these kind of shows really aren't my thing to sit down and watch stuff like this. I'm not really into it. I don't like them that much. But I like Florence Pugh.
Oh,
I've seen her in a couple things now.
I like her.
And Will Poulter.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
guy with the
I
eyebrows.
love that guy.
I know.
Yeah.
He's the one who goes there to get drugs and
Uh-huh.
meet girls and stuff like that.
That
and-
seems like something he would do.
right?
Yeah.
He's got that look. Yeah.
Huh.
Is that Alex May Queen crown right there?
It is.
That's awesome.
I have a picture of Alec wearing that, and I have a picture of me wearing it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Should get a picture of Bryn wearing it for when
Thank
we
you
do our
for
picture.
reminding me. We'll get a picture of that, but also I just need to get a picture
Yeah,
of
we get a
her.
picture of all of our guests
Okay.
before they leave.
I'm glad you said that. I forgot already.
Yeah. So I recommend watching Midsommar. I know that you're
Yeah.
not kind of
I'll get to it.
yeah. Did you watch The Thing?
I did not.
Oh,
I'll get to
Yeah.
it.
Wait. Yeah, you should watch The Thing. It's
It's so good. Gosh, it's one of my favorite horror movies.
I
It's
was
so good.
busy.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah,
wash
no,
my hair.
No, I get it. Ugh.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could have watched The Thing. I've been on the couch for 2 months. I
Yeah.
had time to watch The Thing.
Yeah. So, Hereditary.
All right, let's talk Hereditary.
And we can bounce back and forth also if you guys have stuff you want to talk about. But Hereditary, so I really enjoyed it. I liked it much more than I thought I was going to.
I was worried you weren't going to like it.
Yeah. I really liked the story. There were some aspects of it, some things, I don't understand. Why did they have to have so many nude people in it? What was that about?
You've never
know?
been in a cult, have you?
I haven't. I'm trying to make one. And so this is good for me to know that you got to have nude people in it.
your Grape Crush cult. Is
Yeah,
that what
the
it's-
Grape Crush cult.
Yeah. The Cult of Crush.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What was it? That's that line from The Office from Creed. You make more money as a leader, but you have more fun as a follower.
Right. Yeah. So I thought it was kind of weird just to have just some naked people standing around and some had clothes on. And then the other thing I was kind of wondering about was why there were so many people without heads. What was that about? What was the whole point of, the little girl gets her head cut off in the accident, and then the grandmother,
Has her head
her head
removed.
is gone.
Mhm.
And then the mom cuts her own head off,
Awesome scene. I love that
when
scene.
she's cutting her head
Mhm.
off.
Yeah, you hear the cutting first,
Yeah.
and then you look up and she's just sitting up there just cutting it off. When I first saw that, I lost my mind. Another moment I lost my mind in that movie is when Peter wakes up in bed. He's sitting there looking around, and then when your eyes start to focus because it's a dark room, you just see Tony Collette up in the corner,
Oh, yeah.
just sitting there.
That was freaky.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good.
Mhm. Yeah. So, what do you think the significance of heads are?
That the eyes are the window to the soul, and that if the head is removed, that you no longer have access to your soul, and a demon can do whatever it wants to your body.
You are way off.
That's my theory. I have no idea. What do you got there?
No, that's probably a good theory. What did you think? Why are so many people without heads?
I mean, I guess fairly similar. Gosh, that scene was very jarring. That the first time I watched it with her head coming off.
And it was so crazy because, she's levitating.
Mhm.
And I thought she was using some sort of like saw, like you'd use when you're camping.
Mhm.
But then when I looked it up, it's a piano wire
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
she's using. But yeah, this sound of her just kind of slowly going back and forth, starting to cut through is just kind of, this is really freaky.
Yeah.
And then she goes faster.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
So freaking good.
They there is some emphasis on Charlie's head, where like in the last scene they have I think it's the little sculpture of Payman, is that the demon's name?
Mm-hmm.
And they have her head
put on top of the sculpture.
Is that whose head that was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't recognize whose head was there. I just saw that it was somebody's head was there.
I wouldn't blame you for not recognizing it. It was in pretty rough shape.
Right.
It had ants all over it. And
okay.
Yeah. No, I guess it does kind of take away some sense of identity. You know, when you're missing a head, then it's just your body, and your head is more identifiable than the rest of you. So
yeah. So the moms and the grandma's bodies are bowing to, they're headless, and they're bowing to the bodiless head of Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
And then Charlie. Something I noticed this time around is that June, right? The woman who's like leading Joan. The woman who's leading the cult in the grandmother's absence.
Yeah.
She calls Peter Charlie. She's like, hey Charlie, everything's okay. Just want to let you know that you were actually Payman.
Yeah.
So it's so funny is that there never was a Charlie. Charlie never existed. They've just been calling Payman Charlie this whole time. So when you're watching this little girl do these weird things and the clicking and stuff like that, it wasn't a little girl being weird who had a demon hovering over her. It was the demon the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Little girl never existed.
So, so what do you mean she never existed? I'm not. That's not what I was thinking. I mean, I thought she was a little girl. She was a baby, but because Payman needed a male body to go into to actually become, I don't know, whatever, alive again or something. But they didn't have that yet. And so he was in Charlie, but just not manifest as, the full-blown demon yet. Almost like she was just transport for him for a while until they moved him.
That's interesting.
What did you think?
So I didn't have a lot of theories on where Payman ends and where Charlie begins. I don't know if it's a Rosemary's Baby kind of thing. I don't know if there was some, like the grandma wanting to feed Charlie when she's a baby.
Well, she only had access to Charlie. They wouldn't give her access to the boy.
Right.
Right. So she had access to the little girl. Yeah. So I was thinking they did something to the little girl, in the meantime.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah. Well, and the way I look at it is that, it was a meantime thing, but it never was Charlie. That the demon had access to that body the whole time, of course, wanted to get out. Because, that's why I'm seeing when Joan is like, hey, Charlie, listen, I know you're in Peter's body now. I don't want you to freak out, but you're actually Payman. So, because Payman's been being called Charlie this whole time.
Right.
That he would have to be briefed and kind of brought back up to speed and stuff like that.
Right.
Especially if you're a demon for a cult and you haven't been around the cultists in 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that a demon might forget what he was sent to Earth to do. 14 years living as a little girl would be like, okay, listen, we brought you here for a reason.
Hey.
Let's get you up to speed.
What do you mean? I'm not supposed to just play hopscotch and stuff?
I'm not supposed to cut the heads off birds.
Yeah. There's another thing. The bird was without a head.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. That's a very good point. And they took the head and put it on. She taped it to like a little toy.
Oh, did she? I don't remember that part.
Yeah. So she takes the head off and connects it to her little toy. And I guess that's why they use Charlie's head and attach it to, man, there's just so many returning themes that just keep coming back
So I looked up headless people. It said
for the movie, right? Okay.
Right. Not just randomly headless people. A ritualistic sacrifice to payment representing the shedding of human identity. I think you kind of touched on that. And to make way for the new divine host.
All right.
And then
There it is.
headless bird, key piece of foreshadowing for the main character, Charlie's own beheading and the cult's devotion to the demon king payment.
I've always wondered, cultists that are obsessed with bringing a demon to Earth, what are they getting out of it?
I think I can't remember the thing Joan said, but it was, you know, oh shoot, what did she say about like, you know, we've done this for you, so now
Give us our riches.
Something
like that. I think, you know, just that.
I think I remember that.
I think you're right. I think that they wanted to take control of man or people or something like that. So, you know, we brought you back. Now you let us rule over people and we'll worship you type of thing. Yeah.
You know, I kind of feel like we get a little more information behind the motivation for the cultists in this movie. But I feel like a lot of other movies that have cultists, there's not a defined motivation. It's almost, I just picture like Beavis and Butthead just like, that's pretty cool.
Right.
We summoned a demon, Beavis.
Now what do we do?
Exactly. And now the demon's going to kill you guys.
Right.
You freaking morons.
Bring the demon back and start a podcast. That's what I would do.
So really quick. So which ones? So you saw Hereditary first. Which movie did you see first?
I saw Hereditary first.
Oh, okay. So what?
So I saw Hereditary in theaters.
Okay.
And then Midsommar came out, and I didn't see it in theaters. I got really busy. But the minute it came out on Blu-ray, I went out and bought it.
Okay.
And so we watched it at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So did you instantly fall in love with Ari Aster's things right away with Hereditary? Okay.
Immediately. I was so stoked for Midsommar when it came out. I went and bought it, watched it, absolutely loved it.
What was the first scene for you guys that honed in that this is something, this is not just another genre piece. This is something I like this director. I'm going to follow him.
It was not when Charlie got her head knocked off, but the immediate after effects.
Yeah.
So when he drives home and just crawls into bed, and then Toni Collette just starts screaming when she sees that scene. Just
she gets in the car.
Yeah. That scene just, I was like, whoa. I was like, this is entirely different. This is something that I've, never seen before. And at that point I was like, okay, I like this guy. So that sold me.
Interesting.
Another part I really liked is after, I think it's after Peter smashes his head against the desk.
Oh, I've got some trivia about that.
Oh, do you?
I do. Go ahead.
But the dad brings him home and then just sits in the car and cries.
Yeah.
And it's the only time you see him showing like any.
The dad breaks down for a minute.
Yeah. It's like he has to be strong for everybody. And
right.
he doesn't get to grieve. He doesn't get to break down. And that's the one time that he gets this one moment to himself because he lost a daughter too.
Right.
And he's just been keeping it together for his wife and his son. And then you see this guy finally break down and get his moment to grieve. And I thought it was an incredible scene.
This actually, initially, this was supposed to be my dad's grieving podcast.
Yeah.
So that I could just have a moment to break down.
Yeah. But anyway, you were talking about the desk.
Oh, yeah. The desk. So I had read that the boy, what's his name?
His name is Peter in the movie.
Yeah. Peter in the movie.
Alex Wolff, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Now, initially, for some reason, Alex Wolff, when when I first was watching the movie, for some reason, I felt like he wasn't a very good actor. Like he was out of place. Like he wasn't doing a good job compared to the other actors. But then as the movie went on, for some reason that, I don't know why, it changed. Like, he is doing a really good job. I just wasn't seeing it that way. You know what I mean? Mm. So, Alex, if you're listening to this, you did a very good job.
Yeah.
So,
we love you.
So he had told Ari Aster, I want to really hit my face on the desk. I want to really break my nose, okay. for the scene. That's commitment.
All right.
And Ari Aster was, well, no, what we're going to do is we're going to make this, soft so that when you hit, it's not going to bust your face, but it'll look real. So they did the scene, and he smashed his face into the desk, and the desk was softer. But what ended up happening is because the desk was hard at the bottom and soft on the top, he dislocated his jaw.
Oh, wow.
When he smashed his face into it.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez, good grief. Well, he got what he wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I thought you were going to be like, no, we're going to use a soft desk and it's going to be more of like a stunt. And then Alex Wolff goes, you know what? Maybe you're right. And then Ari Aster walks off and he goes over to the set deck people. Get me a real desk.
Yeah, make it a real desk.
He slams his face on the real desk and Ari Aster's like, man, that looked so real. That's incredible.
Makeup.
Some people just really want to do their own stunts and they want it to look real. I mean,
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino literally choked a woman because fake choking doesn't look real.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, okay.
All right.
That's still in court.
Yeah. There was an interview with Dustin Hoffman, and I can't remember the other guy's name is Oliver. Was it Oliver? He's the guy who plays Sykes in Oliver Twist. And he's also in Gladiator. It was his last movie.
Mm-hmm. I know who you're talking about, but I don't know the name.
I'll have to, Tabor, when you edit this episode, go ahead and insert the name of that gentleman there.
And edit out what you just said.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, future Tabor here, recording with a microphone that I made from a box of scraps. The actor's name was actually Oliver Reed. So I was very close, but I didn't quite get it. So I'm sorry, everybody. Anyway, back to the show. But anyway, they're talking about how Dustin Hoffman had to do a scene where he was going like days without sleep. So Dustin Hoffman went days without sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking, it might have been Johnny Carson. He was talking about it on this talk show,
right? About
all this stuff that he had to do to get in the character. And the other actor's like, my dear boy, you ever tried acting?
Right. You don't really have to do it. Just act like you did it.
Yeah. So people who decide to do their own stunts and decide to make it as real as possible.
Who's that? My left foot.
Gary Oldman.
No. Shoot.
No. Daniel Day-Lewis.
That's it. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of those actors who is, if he's in the movie, he's that character. That's it.
Yeah. For There Will Be Blood, he really abandoned his boy.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just kidding.
And that's still in court also.
Yeah. And then there's other actors. I want to say it's Danny Trejo, but I can't be positive, and we're not going to fact check this.
No.
But he was saying how he doesn't do his own stunts because if he gets hurt, then it shuts down production and everyone is out of work for weeks. People aren't getting paid.
Right.
So he would rather let the professionals do the stunt work.
Right. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if a stuntman gets hurt, there's other stuntmen and production keeps going. And, it's sad people getting hurt, but they choose to do this work and they enjoy it so much. And,
right. So the tongue clicking, did that bother you guys?
It was weird.
It bothered me.
Yeah, it was a weird thing.
Yeah.
See, but that's only something a demon would do. I don't think a real little girl would do that.
Yeah.
A real little boy would. Little boys are idiots. But yeah. That Dead Meat video, he was talking about, he went to go see it in theaters and he was so mad because there'd be people in the audience at the theater who would
They'd make the
they make the clicking noises at random parts of the movie, and it made him so mad. It made him so mad.
That's funny.
Yeah. On further watch throughs, it doesn't bother me as much. The first one, I was like, and I think not because it's annoying. Were you annoyed or were you unsettled?
No, it was kind of unsettling.
Yeah, I was unsettled.
Clicking, right.
I was unsettled. It just made me feel weird.
And then the boy was doing it
at the end.
So I'm assuming that was not Padme.
Payman.
We're getting into Star Wars now.
Don't do it, Peter. I have the high ground. Yeah. It's really funny is my cat does that.
Makes clicking noises or takes the high ground?
No. Well, she'll take the high ground every once in a while, but Luca doesn't meow. She clicks.
Oh, really?
So every so often she'll just go. And that's...
You got to get rid of that cat.
Yeah.
It's clearly a demon.
She's a demon. She's Payman. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
So so that's the clicking. Is that Payman?
That's what I'm thinking is it's such an idiosyncratic thing to do. It's so weird and so bizarre that it would make sense.
Right. Because then the boy starts doing it after he gets taken over.
Yeah. That it's a demon.
Right.
Do you guys think there was any significance to the clicking, or do you think that it was just kind of you can use it later in the movie? It's very instant. It can get some people like, huh. Or is it? Do you think that the clicking has some kind of, I don't know, demonology or?
For demonology, I couldn't tell you. I have not studied demonology enough to know if that has any. If that has any significance. How I think it happened as a filmmaker is that it was something that was uneasy. Mm-hmm. It was something that could be used as a jump scare. And then maybe it was given meaning afterwards to justify its use.
Right. Well, it was used. So the little girl's doing it and it's kind of like, yeah, this is kind of weird. This is a little annoying. But then after she's gone and then the brother, the boy, like he's in the classroom and he hears it just coming from random places.
Well, there's a scene where the mom is driving in the car and she hears it right behind her. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's kind of a scare effect.
Yeah. See, so I would assume that the click was used as a scare and then was given a demonic reason afterwards. I'd be very surprised if it had a demon meaning first.
Sure.
And Ari Aster was like, oh, but you know what? We could use that.
Mm-hmm.
We could use that for scares. So I think it went one way rather than the other.
But what did you have something?
No, I think I think it was just kind of it is a little eerie, but it's also something I could definitely see maybe someone using it to like regulate themselves, like some people
like a tick.
Yeah, exactly. So
like Tourette's syndrome or something.
Yeah, so I could see how
Yeah, actually when she first did it, that's what I thought it was. I thought she just had a little tick. That's what she did. She made that noise.
Yeah. You know, I think I did that too, which is another mental health thing. Mm-hmm. So it goes into setting up the first half as, oh, these people have mental health issues.
Right.
Rather than, oh, there's clearly something haunting. So you're right. That's just another piece onto, the mental health puzzle. That's really cool. So I didn't even think of it in that respect until you brought it back up. And then, oh yeah.
The one thing that I didn't know everything that was going to happen, but Steve catching on fire. When they throw the book in there, I didn't expect that at all, that he was going to burst into flames.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Which, guy catches on fire a lot. You've seen Usual Suspects, right?
No.
You never saw Usual Suspects? Oh, dang.
Does he catch on fire on that one too?
Oh, yeah.
No. Spoiler alert.
We'll have to talk about Usual Suspects. That movie's incredible.
So why did he catch on fire? What? Because she thought she would.
Yeah. No, she was was really confident in, like, she's like, oh, I'm the link. This is our link thing. This is connected to me. But of course, she's not entirely accurate there.
Right.
It's like she's so close. She's so almost there, and then she throws it into the fire and her husband dies. So,
Right.
I guess that's how it goes. But I think I'm still kind of, I think with other movies, that's the thing too with Hereditary, is it feels very straightforward. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of, like, there are subplots, but it feels like everything is just going in one direction.
Right.
But I still feel like I don't totally understand what he's getting at with certain aspects of the movie, just because it is so not unfulfilling, but like, that first watch is very unsatisfying, and
Right.
it gets better with more watches. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because it feels like a movie that isn't. Oh, I just dropped my chapstick. That I was like, that was loud. But because it's not very art house. You don't go into it thinking that you're not going to get answers, or that you have to dig deep into the interpretations of everything that's going on.
Yeah,
but
it's not Eraserhead. It does have a plot. It does have structure. It's very point A to point B.
Right. And so I like it. It still feels like it's supposed to give you some answers, but there are some things that I'm still like, shoot, I don't know. Like, so.
Well, I figured the dad. I figured the dad caught on fire. I was guessing that there was some sort of link with that book, right? But the demon, he must have had some sort of control. He must have been able to kind of control things to a certain degree. And I was guessing that, well, one thing I don't know is, did the demon go into the dad for a while? Because as soon as he caught on fire, then the wife, she got a weird look on her face, and then she could climb up walls.
Well, I also think that Steve was a obstacle,
Mm-hmm.
and that as long as he was around, that because he was not doing any of this, Ouija board stuff.
Right.
She was, and he was getting in her way.
So Payman controlled him catching on fire.
Yeah, I don't think if she had thrown the book in the first time, and how her sleeve caught on fire, I don't think she would have burned up. I don't think it was the demon's intention to burn her up, because he needed her to keep bringing, the demon back into the house. He needed her. She was the current vessel at the time.
So do you think that, so originally in the movie, she had tried to kill her kids, or that she was sleepwalking per se. And
that's what this one says.
And that's another thing is, if this isn't a mental illness thing, what's the sleepwalking thing about? And
yeah, so she believes she has sleepwalking problems when she's a bit more, I think she says lucid. Like, that's how she describes it, as sleepwalking. And she pours paint thinner on both of her kids, and she's going to just burn them. It didn't say she had attempted to kill her husband. Do you think they had to go in a kind of like Final Destination order? Do you think they had to kill all of the family before they could correct Peter and Charlie's bodies? Or do you was there some significance to, because these, they can make Toni Collette cut her own head off. Like, do they really need to kill this guy, like the dad? Or is there,
I don't know. I think he would have interfered. I think he would have continued to fight and stop. And as long as it looked like a mental illness, he probably wouldn't have put up too much of a fight. Towards the end, he's like, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to put an end to this. And I assume that if she was in custody, it wouldn't have been able to.
That would have made things tougher.
Yeah, the demon wouldn't have been able to go through the plan. So, for the most of the movie, the demon's like, Steve can be there. It's not going to mess with anything. And then towards the end, he's just like, okay, Steve is getting ready to mess up my plan here. So I need to. And so anyway, what I was saying is that the demon was never going to burn her up. It was to show her, oh, if I burn the book, I'm going to burn up. And so I need Steve to do it. It was just to get Steve to, light up.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. I think Steve was the intended target for the fire the entire time. At least that's what I think.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Nice. All right. What else we got?
I don't have anything else for these movies other than I absolutely love them, and I think I watch them about once a year.
Oh, do you? Yeah. That when you were Bryn, when you were asking kind of what hooked you to like Ari Aster. So I think I've only seen one of his movies so far, but right off the bat, that scene where they're moving the camera and they focus in on the miniature and move the camera in, and then we're in the bedroom and then we're in real life. I thought, ooh, this is really cool. I like what this guy's doing. So yeah.
Another cool transition for Midsommar. I didn't think too much of it the first time I watched it, but I watched it this time around and I was like, ooh, that's really cool. Is when they're at the guy's apartment and she's with them saying, hey, I'm going to come with you to Sweden. And then she's like, I need to excuse myself, and she needs to go to the bathroom. And she walks from the bathroom in their apartment. And when she walks through and shuts the door, then it's the airplane. She's in the bathroom for the airplane. So she walks into the bathroom in the apartment. And when the door shuts behind her, now she's in the airplane.
Oh,
it was a seamless transition. Super cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's grade them. Okay. Unless you have anything else you want to add to it.
No, I feel like, I really like the movies. I think there's something about the atmosphere he's able to create that, it's so unsettling, but you still almost find home in how unsettling it is. Not that I don't have a lot of problems, but that's not what I'm saying here. I am not in a cult. I am fine.
Blink twice if you need help, Bryn.
Right. Please don't catch me on fire.
Yeah, maybe it's just, growing up with my dad, he had me watch Dune at a very young age. And so maybe that's just kind of...
That's a good dad.
Yeah, I know.
Dune is awesome.
Yeah, he's doing his job. Or he did his job. But so maybe it's just that for me that... But no, I like the movies. They're good. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Thumbs up from me.
Did you see Beau is Afraid?
I did, yes.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
it's on my list.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. Parker Posey's in it. She's
Parker Posey.
She's in it for a little bit. There's other people I think who might be famous who are in it too, but I forgot. So
Joaquin Phoenix.
That guy is very famous. That guy's also in the other Ari Aster movie. Did you see Eddington?
Isn't there one that... Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Eddington is 2025.
That just came out.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's a whole slew of movies that came out this year.
Yeah.
That, and it's really weird is that I had the time to watch movies. I mean, I couldn't go to theaters, obviously, because I was stuck on the couch.
Sure.
But I could have put something on Amazon. I had a lot of time but for some reason I just didn't have the motivation to watch a movie. I just was watching YouTube and then I'd fall asleep and turn
Fair
YouTube
enough.
back on. And I was sleeping a lot.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah.
So.
No, well, watch Eddington, watch Beau is Afraid. They're not horror, but they are very Ari Aster. So,
okay. I'll give them a watch.
Yeah. Isn't Eddington, that's like a cowboy?
Yeah, it's
or a Western.
Like I think it's like a neo-Western, right?
It's very just exposition heavy for the first half of the movie, but then towards the end it gets very just like giant Western, just again very Ari Aster. It's definitely partly a satire.
And then somebody cuts their head off.
You know what? Probably. You know what? I don't think you're wrong. So much.
Heads are gonna roll. Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's grade them then. What are we going to do?
Let's see here.
We have a really good grading system.
Yeah, it's a terrible rating system.
How does it work?
Well, we got to sit here. We got to think of what item is going to be featured. So like the May Queen crown or something like that. It's always a different item. Sometimes it's 1 out of 5. Sometimes it's 1 out of 100. I hate when you guys do 1 out of 100. We
don't have to do that if it makes you this angry. How many missing heads?
Yeah, how many missing heads?
There it is. The missing heads.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 10 missing heads.
Sure.
So for Hereditary, I would say 9 missing heads out of 10.
Okay. What do you got, Bryn?
I don't think I've ever graded a movie before. I think, it's hard to put them numerically a little bit.
Yeah.
Out of missing heads, well, please don't come for me, Payman. I'm going to say 7 missing heads out of 10.
Okay.
Don't come for me, Payman.
What about you?
I'd probably give this 8 missing heads.
It's pretty good.
Even though it's not my kind of show, there was a lot of stuff I really appreciated about it. So, yeah.
That's my favorite, is when it's something is not in your wheelhouse, but it's got something for you to enjoy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it brought back some unsettling memories from my childhood and things I had to work through.
When your mom cut her head off.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It happens.
But that's still in court.
It happens. It's still in court. That's the tagline for this. We're going to make t-shirts to say it's still in court. My Dad's Movie Podcast. It's still in court. Let's talk about Midsommar.
Okay.
I'd say
I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah. All right. So you're exempt. I would say 7 missing heads out of 10.
Oh,
you're still doing the missing head on that one too?
Well, someone lost the bear's head, got immolated.
Okay.
So there's no heads.
I'm out of this one. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say maybe 8 missing heads and then a missing bird head.
the little bird head on the top. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Nice.
We could have rated it on pee-pee trees.
Yeah. We don't say the word pee-pee though.
When he pisses on the ancestral tree.
Yeah,
you did.
Will Poulter. They're just like, that's a very important tree.
I didn't hear about this part.
Yeah.
I like Will Poulter.
Well, they're just like, yeah, that's the ancestral tree. We dump ashes on it. And so you see these 2 people talking about it, and they're in the foreground, and you see the people in the background dumping the ashes on the tree. And the minute they leave the background, Will Poulter enters the background and goes and immediately pees on the tree.
Yeah, how many pee stains on the ancestral tree do you give this movie?
I'd give it 7 pee stains.
Nice.
All right. We ready to wrap this up?
We got anything else, or are we good?
We're good.
I think that's it. All right. Let's close it out.
And we're gone.
All righty.